Hi, this is Joe from Beards, Blades, and Hair. Today I'll be doing a review of Dr. Nick's amazing, let me see if this focuses, close enough. Dr. Nick's Amazing Man Stuff, the beard butter, and also a review of beard butter in general. So it's kind of an interesting thing. Recently got into the beard game, had a beard for a long time, but really learning how to take care of it, really learning how to treat it, do the right things with it. And something that keeps coming up is beard butter. So it seems to be, especially in the last 5 years, the latest trend for people to use is beard butter. And so being someone who's really getting into it the last 5 years, by the way, this is how much I'm taking out. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. In the last 5 years, this is really what has blown up. I mean, someone new to the game, figured I'd get into it and see what's going on, see what the new stuff is. Been using beard oils, haven't really used beard butters, and so this stuff I'm giving it a shot. This is the first one I've tried, literally the first beard butter I've tried. I can tell you when you kind of wipe it down and take a look at it, that's what it looks like. No grit, no thickness to it at all. There's no wax in this formula, and it goes in really smooth. Always apply it to a damp beard. That's something I learned from Dan C. Bearded, to always apply to a damp beard your beard products, whether it be beard oil, beard balm, whatever it ends up being. Just make sure your beard is damp. Helps. My understanding is what it helps do is really, kind of soak into the beard, and that water soaks into the beard, and then your beard butter or your beard oil, your beard balm, whatever, then is able to kind of sit on top and make sure that the water stays sealed, and it helps keep your beard healthy and happy. And I can honestly say that one thing has probably made the biggest improvement on my beard. Other thing to note is you'll notice as I'm putting this in comparison to any of my beard oil applications, is I'm not digging into the skin. Not the end of the world if it gets to your skin, but beard butter is for the beard and not so much for the skin itself. So, I kind of apply with my hands, make sure everything gets in as best I can. And even that little amount, you can see this stuff absorbs pretty well, but you can still see product on my hands after application. Nothing too crazy, not like I wasted a bunch of it, but you can still see some there. So you don't need much. I've been experimenting with less or more, and I've kind of gone back and forth to see what's more comfortable for me. But I mean, it's not like, the Dr. Nick stuff, you get 4 ounces of it for $20, or $25, and then I bought it on a package with the beard oil, so it was actually, I think I spent $40 total for the whole deal, which was a little bit cheaper. You add in the cost of the shipping, and then you take out the percentage I got for using an affiliate link, which I'll leave below. I don't have my own, but I use Dan C. Bearded's, and so you can just use that if you so choose, and you'll save a little bit of money, kick in some money. He's definitely the one who has got me into all this, so no problem sending him a little bit of cash. I'm just starting out, so totally fine. That being said, you can kind of see, even with the combing, I'll probably just bang my mic there, so sorry about that. RIP headphone users. So I just kind of comb it in as well without really, to some extent you have to dig into the skin on certain places, but I'm really not trying to dig into the skin. And then, just kind of at the end, once I've combed it in and spread the product throughout, kind of wipe it all in. Just make sure it's all there. That's a beard butter application for you. Like I said, this is the only time I've ever used it. Let me take a look at how it looks. Okay. It'll leave your beard a little bit shiny. Depending on your preference, I definitely put it in at night, just to make sure my beard's getting all the nutrients it needs, and I don't see the point during the day. So taking a step back and saying, I've tried one beard butter, so take this with a grain of salt. how much do you need beard butter? So when I started really getting into this and really started pumping myself into, what to do differently, big notable things, rotating carrier oils was a big thing. Not combing into the chin. So you'll notice when I was combing in, I actually put my hand behind so that I wasn't, pushing back, creating a divot. That was a big change. Applying beard oil, as I mentioned earlier, and any beard product to a damp beard was a big deal. To be completely frank, beard butter, all other things being equal, adding one of these, I added these factors one at a time. So I started dampening my beard, stopped combing in, like one by one by one. All those factors I was mentioning earlier, I did bit by bit. Did I notice a difference in adding beard oil compared to all those other things? No. I don't think. I don't know if it's a fault in Dr. Nick's. I don't know if it's a fault in my technique, maybe. Something different. Maybe I just tried a different product. Maybe beard butter just doesn't do much for me in my beard. It's distinctly possible. So, at the end of the day, I just don't think it really does all that much. I have it, so I'm using it. And I'll use it till it runs out, and I'll play around with it. And then I'll probably try another butter just to see if something else kind of does more for does more for my beard. But I don't think it really does all that much. I do appreciate the company. I think that it's really cool that, they do, if you go to their channel, Dr. Nick's, you'll see that they do a weekly podcast where typically they're talking about things going on with the company. Sometimes it's just Dan C. who hosts it and Dr. Nick himself kind of going through and talking, whatever they feel like talking about that week. I think last week was coffee or something like that. So sometimes they just talk about whatever they want to talk about. But a lot of times it's, product launch or, get into an aspect of beard care that maybe they're into at that given moment. And if you hop into the live chat and everything, they're very responsive. If you hop into the comments, they're very responsive. So seems like a cool dude. Seems like really cares about the product, really cares about everything going on. I'll have a review on the beard oil coming up. Depending on when you're watching this, it might already be on the channel. But it's definitely something to check out, to see my opinion on that. I think overall, I really just wanted to get across that I personally don't notice the difference using a beard butter versus not. And I'm purely using it out of habit. So if you're someone out there who's starting to take care of their beard and starting to think about it, starting to decide one way or the other, like, should I, I'm getting into products and everything. I really think, at least as of right now, I really think you can stick with the beard oil and just use that. If you're someone out there who really uses a butter, enjoys a butter, thinks it's useful, sees something I'm doing that maybe I'm missing and not doing correctly or could be done better, definitely leave a comment below as to what I can be doing differently, or leave your experience. I think there's a phrase, I'm in the wet shaving community as well, which we'll definitely get into in some videos. Big phrase in the wet shaving community is YMMV, your mileage may vary. And I think that's a case with a lot of beard products and beard techniques and things like that is your mileage may vary. What works for me might not work for you. I think there's general recommendations. I think what Dan C would call it is best practices, things like that. And maybe there are best practices in place. But I can say for me, I just don't notice the difference of beard butter. And I think you don't really need it. Maybe it works for you. Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. But appreciate you taking the time to watch, and definitely let me know your thoughts on beard butter in general, Dr. Nick's in general, his product, his beard butter and specifically, or anything else you have thoughts on. Leave a comment below and let me know. All right, until next time.